Hi, and welcome to the Thrive program. My name is Nancy Nelson, and I am a 500-hour yoga teacher out of Inspire Yoga in Denton, Texas. I wanted to reach out before we actually dive into this program and sort of introduce myself and introduce the clean eating portion of what we will be doing in Thrive. It can be a little daunting to get all of the information on the first night, and so this is just a way for you to get the information that you need on a very basic level and just kind of start marinating on it, maybe start planning a little bit, just to give you some more time to ease your way in toward better eating patterns. So with that said, I wanted to first just kind of introduce why it is that I included a clean eating portion to the program. First of all, clean eating is just a huge part of just kind of my heart and one of my biggest passions in life. I have my degree in dietetics and nutrition from Ouachita Baptist University in Arkansas. I've always really loved the idea of eating to feel more alive, to feel nourished, to feel good. And I feel like as Americans, it's so easy to just eat because it's comfortable, eat because it's convenient. Whatever your reason may be, we kind of are in this habit of just like constantly driving through here and there, doing what's convenient and thinking less about what we put into our bodies and how it actually makes us feel. And so it's just something that I'm super passionate about just kind of slowing down and really thinking about what it is that you're putting into your body and the effect that it has on you. So that's a big part of why I included it in the Thrive program. Another reason is just because I'm also just very aware of the way that we choose to treat our physical bodies is reflective of the ways that we treat our minds and our spirits as well. It's all connected, and I have seen in the last couple of rounds of Thrive since we've started the program, where it starts with surface layer stuff. You just start being more disciplined in how you eat, what you eat, when you eat, and also how you care for your body, as in like rest and exercise and all of that kind of stuff. And you start to gain all of these tools and habits that you can actually take into the way that you care for your mind and the way that you kind of cultivate thoughts and meditate on thoughts. And also it can even travel deeper into the things of the spirit, the things that you're passionate about, things that you want to accomplish in life. And you start to make decisions that have you in mind, decisions that kind of lead you toward what it is that's going to make you feel good in the way that you're living your life. So it starts with just like feeling good physically, feeling energized and just thriving in the way that you actually feel. And then it sort of begins to trickle down into the nitty-gritty of our souls, starts to sort of guide the way that we choose to live our lives. So I think it's a really powerful tool to getting into those deeper aspects of the self. With that said, clean eating and this program that we're going to be doing, it is a practice. Just like your yoga practice, if you practice yoga consistently, you know that every day is kind of a different story. Some days you're going to be able to balance and you're going to feel awesome and alive and strong. And then the next day you might feel tired and a little like you need to stay low to the ground in the fetal position the whole class. It's kind of just this constant ebb and flow. And the important thing to keep in mind with any practice is that you keep showing up, is that you do your best every day, and you know that it is you working toward the greater good of who you are as a person, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so I just wanted to kind of speak that encouragement over you before we dig into the nitty-gritty of the clean program, and just kind of encourage you that you are equipped for this. You're not going to do everything perfectly, but you are going to start feeling better, and you're going to see it trickle into those deeper aspects of yourself. And I just know that it's going to be powerful for you if you let it be, if you keep showing up. So the program that we use during Thrive for the clean eating portion is called CLEAN. So super easy to remember. It is a cleanse program developed by an MD named Alejandro Younger. He is based out of New York and just kind of has his own personal story about changing his diet and noticing the healing powers of food. You can read more about Dr. Younger in the beginning of the book, as well as read through testimonials from other people who have completed his program and just learn about all of the amazing transformations that have taken place, both small and larger scale as well. So just to give you an overview, there are basically two main sections of the CLEAN program. The first section is called the elimination phase. This is the part of the cleanse where you start to take out common allergens and just unnecessary things from your diet, like sugar and caffeination, then things like gluten and dairy and just stuff that are very staple parts of our American diets, and just start to eliminate them so that later we can notice their effect on our bodies. So the first phase is called the elimination diet, and that is going to last from anywhere from 3 to 7 days. We'll talk more on that in a moment. The second part of the CLEAN program is the actual cleanse phase. And during the cleanse phase, you have already eliminated all of these different items from your diet. And basically you just continue to eat like that, but instead of having 3 meals a day, which you will during the elimination diet, you will transition into 2 liquid meals, one at the beginning of the day, one at the end of the day. And then at lunchtime, you have your larger, more chewable meal of the day, so a solid meal. We'll start with the elimination diet and just kind of talk through that. Basically, the purpose of the elimination diet is you don't want to jolt your body by just diving right into like everything is different and I'm having 2 liquid meals a day. It can be a lot on the body. So the purpose of the elimination diet is to just kind of ease your way into clean eating. And depending on what your everyday diet is like, it might be pretty difficult right from the elimination diet portion of the program, or it might be something similar to how you're already eating and living in your normal life. So on page 158 in the book that we have, you can see a list of foods to include and foods to exclude. The include list is definitely not comprehensive. There are more things that you can have that are not included on this list. And then the exclude list is pretty comprehensive. It's the basic things that you're taking out. For instance, dairy and eggs, certain grains like white rice and corn, barley, oats, stuff like that, as well as wheat. And then fruits and vegetables like oranges, citrusy, acidic stuff that's just not great for your stomach. And then common allergens like strawberries and corn, and starches like bananas, stuff like that. So it kind of breaks down all of these things that you start to eliminate. Animal protein that's just harder for the body to digest, like pork, beef, veal, sausage, all kinds of stuff. And then it goes on to kind of walk you through the rest of the exclude things, like as for drinks like alcohol and highly caffeinated things like your coffee in the morning, stuff like that. You just start to get rid of that in the first week. And the elimination diet doesn't have to be a full week. If you already take out some of these things and they're not like staples in your diet, or you don't eat them very often, you're not going to need as long to eliminate. But if you have a sandwich every day, if you drink alcohol every night, whatever it is, you might want to give yourself a full 7 days to just ease toward the cleanse. So you can start with 3 days, you can go with 7 days on the elimination diet, or you could even do this the entire time we're doing Thrive. You don't have to ease into the cleanse portion. You're still going to see a ton of benefit just from eating cleaner for the next 4 weeks. So those are kind of your options. If you do decide to veer into the cleanse portion of the program, That is basically just going to be up to you on how long you do it and for how you situate it in your life. You can do the cleanse for 7 to 21 days. You're going to get the most comprehensive experience of the cleanse if you are able to do it for longer. So if you do 7 days, you are certainly going to see some changes, but you're not really going to get past those initial emotional barriers that you start to work through in week 2 and week 3, really dealing with why we eat, and how it's connected to our minds and our hearts as well. You'll start to really dig into that deeper stuff the longer that you do it, and you're giving your body a really good reset so that when you are done with the program, you feel like totally renewed rather than just somewhat better. So if possible, try to do the cleanse for the full 21 days, especially if you have never done something like this, or if you really are looking for some physical transformation, some renewal there. You are going to thank yourself for years to come for doing this full 21-day cleanse. And like I said before, the cleanse is a liquid meal in the morning, a liquid meal in the evening. And you can decide what that liquid meal is. I recommend a smoothie in the morning. If you work first thing in the morning, if you've got kids to chase, whatever it is, smoothies are going to just be a really good way to give you a boost of energy and a considerable amount of calories to get the day started. The only guideline is to just make sure you don't include things that are on the exclude list. So I'll give you lots of good recipes and ideas, and there's tons of recipes as well in the back of the book and on the Clean Program website as well, which is just cleanprogram.com. You can also do a juice in the morning if you prefer to have something a little lighter. You can make juices at home if you have a juicer. There's tons of local places that do it as well, and I'll give you some recommendations on that in the description below the video. And then in the evening, you're welcome to do a smoothie or a juice again. I tend to enjoy doing juice just because it's basically all I need. My nights aren't my most energizing times, and it's just refreshing and yummy and simple. But sometimes you might crave something a little more savory rather than just like a sweet juice or a vegetable-y green juice or something like that. You can also have pureed soups, which is a really nice alternative every once in a while. You just need to make sure that they don't have anything that's chewable. And the purpose for that is that you want to allow your body to digest what you're consuming in the morning and the evening a lot quicker and more effectively than it would if it was a solid meal. Your digestive tract does a lot of work when you eat solid foods. So your big lunch should be sustaining you for a longer period of time than these other 2 meals. But these other 2 meals are going to allow your digestive system to do its work to give you the energy you need. And then it's going to allow your digestive system to rest, which is something that we really don't do too often. We tend to eat throughout the whole day, drive through the drive-through here, get this drink here, whatever it is, and you just don't really get that time to slow down and your body to just kind of go through the deep clean process. So you'll go through your day with the liquid breakfast, the solid lunch, the liquid dinner, and in between there you might get some legitimate hunger. You might need a snack, and that is a-okay. Obviously, we'll talk about some cleanse-approved snacks. Good things to have on hand are like raw nuts and seeds, nut butters like almond butter. You cannot have peanuts on the cleanse, so try to veer away from your peanut butter. Almond butter is a great alternative. You could do that with apples or something like that. Just make sure that you've got the energy you need to get through your day. You don't want to starve yourself and pass out. You want to feel nourished just with different foods than you maybe normally choose. So you can definitely snack when you're on the cleanse. Just be mindful of if you legitimately are hungry, or if you're just stressed and you just want to eat to feel better, or if you just need to get out of the house or drink some water. Just start to see if you can find out sort of the root meaning of your desire to eat whenever that desire kind of prompts you towards a snack. So that's just my one little nugget on that topic. So you'll go through your day, of eating off of this include list and avoiding the exclude items. And then you will begin to ease into that deep clean portion of your day, which is at night. The idea is that you leave 12 hours between your dinner liquid meal and your breakfast liquid meal. And this is true when you're in the elimination diet as well. You want to give your body a full 12 hours to really digest, to clean, and then to deep clean. And that requires a full 12 hours. It sounds like a lot, but it actually is really manageable, really doable. So if you eat your dinner at 7 o'clock or have your shake at 7 o'clock the night before you go to bed, you sleep for 8 hours, and then just plan out like when you're going to have that morning smoothie or whatever it is that you choose to have in the morning. It's going to be difficult in the beginning, but it really is just kind of one of those lessons I take with myself. Like every time I finish the program, I just want to hold on to that 12-hour window because I feel just so much better just giving my body that ability to rest and reset. So that's a really big part of making the cleanse effective, is having those 12 hours. With that said, you can still have like hot herbal tea at night, plenty of water, things like that. It's just not ideal to include in more calories, because calories are basically energy for the body, and they will require the digestive system to do some work when we're really trying to allow the digestive system to rest in the evening. So that's kind of what all happens with that. So the full cleanse, that basically starts with just the elimination diet, and then you ease into this cleanse phase with the 2 liquid meals. You're going to see different changes, different things happening within each week of the program, and we'll journal about it and talk about it, but you can kind of start to just observe that you're going a little bit deeper into those layers of self as you start to really commit some time to this. And the idea with the 21 days of the actual cleanse is that you're actually setting habits, legitimate habits that you can take with yourself beyond the program and into your regular life. So giving yourself 21 days of that nighttime 12-hour window will help you really be in the habit of resting your digestive system at night. Like I said, that can be a really, really powerful tool for your overall health. There are some little bits of information on changes you might see in weeks 1 to 3 of the actual cleanse, starting on page 199 in the book. It's called the Clean Planner. And it's going to talk about just kind of the challenges you'll face in each week, as well as the breakthroughs you might experience. And that goes all the way through page 208. So if you want to read into that, this is a really good section that will just give you a more comprehensive understanding of what's happening beneath the surface, beyond just the eating portion of what you're doing. So that is the Clean program. It's pretty straightforward, but it is kind of a lot to take in. I wanted to also include in this video just some optional support that you should perhaps pursue while we're doing the Thrive program. There's some information in the book on this, and I'll have to look up what page it's on. But anything that's going to get your body moving and detoxing is going to be helpful. So massage, chiropractic care, skin brushing, saunas, all kinds of stuff. We'll talk more on that in our first meeting, but making time to do some of those things can be really beneficial to the overall effectiveness of the cleanse. And then also other just very general parts about supporting yourself through the program are going to be getting plenty of rest, actually sleeping at night, putting the screen away so you can really close your eyes down and not keep thinking, allowing your mind to rest as well, trying not to get overly consumed with the details of what you're doing. Just allow yourself a little bit of grace where you can, and just taking your time with the things that you're actually doing throughout your day, whether it's working on a project or eating your lunch, really slowing down and resting even as you do normal busy things. Another huge portion is going to be exercise. We'll do a little bit of yoga in the program, but I would encourage you to go on a walk every day. The weather's starting to get nice. It's a good time of year to get outside, or coming to a gentle yoga class. If you're coming to class at Inspire, a slow flow class or a yin class are going to be the best options for you while you're cleansing, just because they're the less energy induced, but they'll still get you moving and detoxing. You will want to take it down a notch on the exercise routine. If you tend to do something pretty intense every day, give yourself rest during the next few weeks and allow yourself to do something that is not the hardest workout of your life. You won't need that intensity right now. You need to be inviting in more restful practices. You are probably going to lose weight, even if that's not your goal, just a little bit here and there, and you can manage it. But I would definitely encourage you to not overdo it. You want to set actual patterns that you can stick to beyond the program, and kind of killing yourself when you're working out during Thrive to enhance the effectiveness is only going to drain you and you're going to get burnout. So do some kind of exercise that just feels good, that makes it your clean eating program feel kind of completed and complemented. Beyond that, plenty of water throughout the day. I like to just have a bottle of water with me at all times, just kind of sipping on it as I'm thirsty. You should be going to the bathroom at least once an hour. It sounds like a lot, but it's another reason that you can get up from your desk and walk around for a minute, and it's just really going to help kind of move things along through the body. And then finally, one more area of support is the supplements that you will begin to incorporate. And I would start incorporating these as early as the elimination diet phase, just to kind of support your body. As you're eliminating certain things, you may not be getting as much fiber as normal, or enough like protection from the bad bacteria. So you want to supplement so that your body is still supported and you're not taxing any major organs by your cleanse. So on page 173, I believe, 173, 174, it breaks down all of the different supplements that Dr. Younger recommends. These include fiber, which I said before, you may not be eating as much grain or as much bulk as normal, just in general from the 2 liquid meals a day. You're just not going to be getting as much heaviness in the body. So that fiber is going to help continue to move things along through the digestive tract. If you do take fiber, you need to make sure that you are drinking plenty of water, because it can cause problems if it doesn't have the moisture to help it move through as well. Another important supplement to utilize is probiotics. These are just going to be little pills with good, healthy bacteria in them. You can get them at most health stores in a refrigerated vitamin section, and just ask the person working there if you're not sure. But probiotics basically just help reintroduce good bacteria into the body. They can also help you release the toxins, and going to the bathroom. They help to just kind of keep you healthy in your gut when you're cleansing. You're going to be kind of surfacing a lot of toxins and stuff like that, and the probiotics are there as your little guardians to help keep the bad stuff out, sending it all the way out. Another important part of supporting your body is introducing antimicrobials, which are going to, kind of on the same topic, kill the bad bacteria. So rather than just being probiotics, like good bacteria, antimicrobials are going to kill the bad stuff. So it's another form of defense against bad bacteria trying to stick around. There's a few different ways that you can do this. Just including like garlic and lemon, olive oil, onions, stuff like that in your diet. That's antimicrobial in and of itself, but sometimes it helps to do a little additional support there. So you can include oil of oregano somehow into your diet. It's pretty intense stuff, but if you take some of that, I think there's pills for it and stuff like that. That will be a good way of doing it, as well as a clove of garlic. the book recommends you eat it daily raw, or you can put it in between apple slices. I think that's really intense. So just do what you're comfortable with, but I would get some kind of oil of oregano pill. That might be the best option that you can pursue. Olive oil at night will help to lubricate the intestines, and it will help improve bowel elimination. And that's just unfortunately something we have to talk about during this program, because if you're not releasing or eliminating those things, then they're staying in your body. So we want to make sure that that is happening every day and consistently. And only when you're able to do that are you able to really feel the effects of the cleanse. So olive oil, you can just take like a tablespoon or two at night before bed, with water and lemon to follow, sort of like a tequila shot, just down the hatchet. You can also, I think you can do coconut oil too. It really doesn't matter too much, just something to help lubricate. And then finally, some kind of liver support. There are some really great liver support teas that you can buy at your health stores that are nearby. And they'll usually say something about the liver. I believe dandelion root, wormwood leaf, stuff like that. Any kind of ingredient like that will help to keep your liver supported rather than taxed during the program. Like I said, all this information is on 174 to 176 of the book. You can order the packets from the Clean program, and they include all of the supplements that you will need. They're just a little more expensive, so I tend to DIY my supplements just because I've got stuff locally available. But if you need something convenient, they even send you like shake packets and stuff like that, if you're just looking for a way to just have what you need and not have to like shop around or get super detailed about it. So that's an option too on their website. So yeah, that is really just the basic information that you need for the Clean program. Like I said, we'll talk about this a little more at our first meeting, but feel free to send me questions after you watch this video, just to get a more comprehensive understanding of what it is that we'll be doing. I'm happy to answer questions. If you want to go ahead and order the book, I'm putting a link to it on Amazon underneath the video as well. So you could go ahead and order it and start reading it. It's pretty inspiring. The first few chapters just really make you think about the effects of what we're putting into our bodies as well as onto our bodies, onto our skin, which is an organ as well. And so I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that you are getting excited to feel better and more vibrant, and you're able to just start to set some meaningful time aside for yourself through the Thrive program to just kind of hit that reset button and start to feel better, mind, body, and spirit. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.